The vertical welding do not require plate edge preparation up to 16 mm thickness. A. Correct. B. Incorrect. C. D. The correct answer is correct. The dowels are A. Wooden nails, B. Box nails, C. Wire nails, D. None of these. The correct answer is wooden nails. In arc welding, the temperature of heat produced by the electric arc is of the order of A. 3000 C to 4000 C, B. 4000 C to 5000 C, C. 5000 C to 6000 C, D. 6000 C to 7000 C. The correct answer is 6000 C to 7000 C. Extrusion. A is extensively used for making bolts and nuts. B is used for reducing the diameter of round bars and tubes by rotating dies which open and close rapidly on the work. C is used to improve fatigue resistance of the metal by setting up compressive stresses in its surface. D consists of pressing the metal inside a chamber to force it out by high pressure through an orifice which is shaped to provide the desired form of the finished part. The correct answer is consists of pressing the metal inside a chamber to force it out by high pressure through an orifice which is shaped to provide the desired form of the finished part. The operation of cutting off a flat sheet to the desired shape is called A. Shearing, B. Piercing, C. Punching, D. Blanking. The correct answer is shearing. The process of decreasing the cross-section of a bar and increasing its length is called A. Drawing down, B. Upsetting, C. Spinning, D. peening. The correct answer is drawing down. A casting defect which occurs due to improper venting of sand is known as A. Cold shirts, B. Blowholes, C. Shift, D. Swell. The correct answer is blowholes. Swab is used for A. Smoothing and cleaning out depressions in the mould, B. Cleaning the moulding sand, C. Moistening the sand around the edge before removing pattern, D. Reinforcement of sand in the top part of the moulding box. The correct answer is moistening the sand around the edge before removing pattern. The temperature of the inner luminous cone of neutral flame is about A. 1000 C, B. 1250 C, C. 2100 C, D. 3200 C. The correct answer is 3200 C. The metal patterns as compared to wooden patterns require less A. Shrinkage allowance, B. Machining allowance, C. Draft allowance, D. Distortion allowance. The correct answer is draft allowance. When the dimension is expressed as then the basic size is A. 20 mm, B. 20.035 mm, C. 20.025 mm, D. 19.975 mm. The correct answer is 20 mm. In order to produce uniform packing of sand in the molds, A is used. A. Sand slinger, B. Squeezing machine, C. Jolt machine, D. Stripper plate machine. The correct answer is sand slinger. The difference between the upper limit and lower limit of a dimension is called A. Nominal size, B. Basic size, C. Actual size, D. Tolerance. The correct answer is tolerance. Green sand is a mixture of A. 30 sand and 70 clay, B. 50 sand and 50 clay, C. 70 sand and 30 clay, D. 90 sand and 10 clay. The correct answer is 70 sand and 30 clay. The diaphragm molding machine is used to A. Round the sand harder at the pattern face with decreasing hardness towards the back of the mold. B. Round the sand harder at the back of the mold and softer on the pattern face. C. Produce uniform packing of sand in the mold. D. Give uniform sand hardness throughout the mold. The correct answer is give uniform sand hardness throughout the mold. A pattern is used to make the mold cavity for pouring the molten metal for casting. A. Yes. B. No. C. D. The correct answer is yes. The surface to be left unmachined is marked on the pattern by A. Red color, B. Yellow color, C. Black color, D. Blue color. The correct answer is black color. The welding process used in joining mild steel shanks to high-speed drills is A. Spot welding, B. Seam welding, C. Flash butt welding, D. Upset butt welding. The correct answer is flash butt welding. The mode of deformation of the metal during spinning is A. Bending, B. Stretching, C. Rolling and stretching, D. Bending and stretching. The correct answer is bending and stretching. The process used to improve fatigue resistance of the metal by setting up compressive stresses in its surface is known as A. Hot piercing, B. Extrusion, C. Cold peening, D. Cold heading. The correct answer is cold peening. Feen is a casting defect which is due to thin projections of metal not intended as a part of casting. A. Correct, B. Incorrect, C. D. The correct answer is correct. The process of increasing the cross-section of a bar at the expense of its length is called A. Drawing down, B. Upsetting, C. Spinning, D. Peening. The correct answer is upsetting. In TIG arc welding, the welding zone is shielded by an atmosphere of A. Helium gas, B. Argon gas, C. Either A or B, D. None of these. The correct answer is either A or B. The metal extrusion process is generally used for producing A. Uniform solid sections, B. Uniform hollow sections, C. Uniform solid and hollow sections, D. Varying solid and hollow sections. The correct answer is uniform solid and hollow sections. The operation of giving impressions of figures, letters or designs on sheet metal parts is known as embossing. A. Correct, B. Incorrect, C. D. The correct answer is correct. In a gas welding of mild steel using an oxy-acetylene flame, the total amount of acetylene consumed is 10 litre. The oxygen consumption from the cylinder is A. 5 litre, B. 10 litre, C. 15 litre, D. 20 litre. The correct answer is 10 litre. The sand used for making cores is A. Green sand, B. Dry sand, C. Loam sand, D. Oil sand. The correct answer is oil sand. Sand wash is a casting defect which A. results in a mismatching of the top and bottom parts of a casting, B. results in general enlargement of the casting, C. occurs near the ingots as rough lumps on the surface of a casting, D. occurs as sand patches on the upper surface of a casting. The correct answer is occurs near the ingots as rough lumps on the surface of a casting. Cold working distorts grain structure and does not provide an appreciable reduction in size. A. Correct, B. Incorrect, C. D. The correct answer is correct. Cast iron and steel pipes are produced by A. Slush casting, B. Investment casting, C. True centrifugal casting, D. Die casting. The correct answer is true centrifugal casting. The acetylene cylinder is usually painted with A. Black color, B. White color, C. Maroon color, D. Yellow color. The correct answer is maroon color. In order to round the sand harder at the back of the mold and softer on the pattern face, A is used. A. Sand slinger, B. Squeezing machine, C. Jolt machine, D. Stripper plate machine. The correct answer is squeezing machine. The property of sand due to which the sand grains stick together is called A. Collapsibility, B. Permeability, C. Cohesiveness, D. Adhesiveness. The correct answer is cohesiveness. The temperature produced by oxy-hydrogen flame is about A. 1800 C, B. 2100 C, C. 2400 C, D. 3200 C. The correct answer is 2400 C. The oxidizing flame is similar to neutral flame, but the inner cone is less luminous and shorter. A. Yes, B. No, C, D. The correct answer is yes. A hacksaw blade is specified by its A. Length, B. Material, C. Width, D. Number of teeth. The correct answer is length. According to Indian Standard Specifications 108-6G5 means that A. Basic size is 100 mm, B. Actual size is 100 mm, C. Difference between the actual size and basic size is 100 mm, D. None of the above. The correct answer is basic size is 100 mm. Which of the following statement is wrong? A. The hot chamber die casting machine is used for casting zinc, tin, lead and other low melting alloys. B. The cold chamber die casting machine is used for casting aluminium, magnesium, copper base alloys and other high melting alloys. C. The castings produced by centrifugal casting method have open and coarse grain structure. D. All of the above. The correct answer is the castings produced by centrifugal casting method have open and coarse grain structure. The edge of a steel plate cut by oxygen cutting will get hardened when the carbon content is A. less than 0.1%, B. less than 0.3%, C. more than 0.3%, D. anywhere between 0.1 to 1%. The correct answer is more than 0.3%. In blanking operation, the clearance is provided on A. punch, B. die, C. half on the punch and half on the die, D. either on punch or die depending upon designer's choice. The correct answer is punch. In piercing operation, the clearance is provided on A. punch, B. die, C. half on the punch and half on the die, D. either on punch or die depending upon designer's choice. The correct answer is die. If an aluminium pattern made from a wooden master pattern is to be used for grey iron castings, then the shrinkage allowance allowed on the wooden pattern should be A. 10 mm M, B. 16 mm M, C. 20 mm M, D. 26 mm M. The correct answer is 26 mm M. For arc welding, A. alternating current with high frequency is used, B. alternating current with low frequency is used, C. direct current is used, D. any one of these. The correct answer is direct current is used. When the file is moved to and fro over the work, it is known as A. cross filing, B. draw filing, C. pull and push filing, D. none of these. The correct answer is draw filing. The hot working of metals is carried out A. at the recrystallization temperature, B. Below the recrystallization temperature. C. Above the recrystallization temperature. D. At any temperature. The correct answer is above the recrystallization temperature. In a 4-high rolling mill, the diameter of backing up rolls is the diameter of working rolls. A equal to B smaller than, C larger than, D. The correct answer is larger than. The welding process used to join the ends of two pipes of uniform cross-section is A. Spot welding, B. Seam welding, C. Projection welding, D. Upset butt welding. The correct answer is upset butt welding. When the molten metal is fed in the cavity of a metallic mold by gravity, the method of casting is known as A. Die casting method, B. Slush casting method, C. Permanent mold casting method, D. Centrifugal casting method. The correct answer is permanent mold casting method. Hot piercing is extensively used for making bolts and nuts. A. Yes, B. No, C, D. The correct answer is no.